The Lopi community on the Natoja Islands are nearing the end of their first spring after fleeing Dragartha. They had hoped that escaping the Tall Riders would mean time to lick their wounds and explore their new home. Some were even excited for the adventure, no matter the circumstances that prompted it. These hopes were dashed almost immediately by cursed relics, hasty sacrifices, and revelations of betrayal. But the Natojan Lopi don't have time to focus on their grief, because they know well that the world continues to turn, the seasons change, and hunger never relents. They do not know that a worse calamity looms on the horizon. However, in the meantime, they have the rest of their quiet year ahead of them. Time to build community, time to begin healing, time to face crises together, and time to prepare for their best laid plans to go awry. Hi everyone, welcome to the Quiet Year. I'm so excited to be back. This is episode 2 of our time playing the Quiet Year, and I so enjoyed the first one. With me today are Pepper.
Hello, I'm Pepper. You smacked me.
I did smack you.
You're like, here's Pepper. I'm Pepper.
Badams.
Hello.
Judith.
Hi.
And not new to the channel, but new to this game, Zach.
Hello.
I am so excited to get started with all of you. Pepper, do you have any channel stuff you have to do before we?
Oh, I can just say, hey, hello, snacks. Welcome to my web. I'm Spidere, go cute, Pepper Senpai, and we're gonna be continuing our adventures with the Lopi today, and I am very excited. I don't have much story stuff to say.
Yeah.
I know you want to do the big intro, information stuff.
Yes.
I'm also eating my dinner right now on stream, for free.
For free. This is mukbang content. Also, it's not just tabletop.
By the way, I don't want to subject the viewers to this necessarily, but I just posted some drawings I did of some of the characters in the Discord chat.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
So partially just to catch Zach up, and partially because we were going to need a recap anyway, I wanted to go over what happened last time and the mechanics of the game again. So again, we are on, the stream sees it, and you guys can see it too if you pull up the, oh yeah, Zach, we never actually told you. We have a Canva linked in the Discord chat that is where we're drawing the map together.
Okay.
We can link that again. Pepper, would you mind going to link that again?
Yes. So I just linked this link, right?
Yes. Or no, the share link.
Is that this one?
Yeah.
Okay, let me bring it over here.
We're so well prepared, everyone.
Absolutely.
No.
Good question. We were able to get a link to copy and paste last time. I don't know why it's being weird right now. Oh, there we go. Copy link.
Okay.
Put that in Discord. Be careful about your display name, Zach, also, because it could be your actual name, and you might not want that on stream.
Okay.
Also, that art is really cool.
It is.
Thank you.
Can I show that on stream?
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
I also, this is my idea for what the Tall Riders might look like. Obviously does not need to be canon.
No, it's cool.
I just thought it would be kind of interesting if, since they ride golems, they could be plant people.
Oh, yes, I like that.
They're almost, rooted in.
Yeah, this is really cool.
Yeah. And that's already, getting in the right mindset for the next game we're going to be playing.
Ah, good point. It would be interesting if someone decides to roleplay a Tall Rider.
We could do that.
Yeah.
So I was talking to Pepper about, the setting for our next season, which is getting a little ahead of ourselves. My initial thought had been that we would set this on Dragartha because it's a much bigger landmass. But Pepper pointed out, these islands are really big. The amount of space covered by this archipelago is taller than Japan. This is a lot of area, even if there is a lot of water.
The moon tower is the size of Connecticut.
Yes. So,
or the moon tower, the island it's on. Sorry.
Yes. So this is all stuff to be thinking about, as we continue to develop the world, and I know it's going to change how I play today to remember these islands are fucking big. Hi, Zach. I see you on the Canva now. That's cool.
Oh.
Okay.
Can I say something that'll make Judith hate me?
It won't make me hate you.
The tall rider you drew?
Oh no, I know what you're gonna say.
Among Us.
A little bit.
That is funny. I was somewhat aware that it looked like that. It wasn't intentional, but I was drawing it with a pen, so I had no way to undo it.
It's good.
I realized it the second that you started saying it, Pepper.
Among Us.
Okay. So, so just to recap for everyone and to explain for Zach, we have resources on this. Or the Lopi have resources that are either abundant or scarce. Whether they're abundant or scarce, the fact that they are listed resources means that they are important. The scarce resources that we have are relics, which I'll explain in a second, crops, and wildlife. And our abundant resource is transportation, which means that the Lopi can get very easily around between these islands. Relics are basically ancient human artifacts that of like just very high technology, at least by the standards of the world. Because like humans are not from this world. So I suppose we should go over the high points of what happened. Oh,
yes.
Other thing. Just to remind everyone, contempt is still a mechanic in this game. If something happens that you think people in this community would not like, you can take a contempt token, or that's how it would work on a table. Here you just say contempt and I'll add you to the counter. This doesn't serve a mechanical purpose beyond just kind of being a way for us to get a sense of how the community's feeling. If there's a lot of contempt, people are not happy. You can also remove contempt tokens if good things happen. Right now, I have 3 contempt tokens. Pepper has 2. Judith and Badams have 0, and obviously Zach doesn't have any. I am
definitely gonna put one down pretty soon.
Yeah. Zach, does that make sense? I want to make sure I'm explaining this so that it works.
I think so, yeah.
So, if something happens, like, we don't have our own individual characters. We kind of just represent, like, how different sections of the community are feeling about things. And if we feel that people really don't like something that happens, we can take a contempt token, which you just say in chat, contempt, and then we'll add a counter for you.
And by in chat, we just mean vocalize it.
Yes, say it vocally, yes, sorry.
Like, so, I will say the simplified version.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, I mentioned earlier, we're basically going to have prompts, and we have this community on these islands here, and then we're going to be given a prompt, taking turns, each of us getting a prompt, and we have to kind of like the prompts might be, for example, what happened last time was like something washes up on shore, and we decide, okay, what if it's a radioactive thing, and we decide like that's what it would be, and we go like, okay, so that means like this would happen in this community, and then we kind of like improvise some story.
Yes.
Okay.
If we think the community that are on these islands would not like this event, then we say contempt. That's when we do that.
Okay.
And I'm not going to make you go first because you haven't like played this, but would you prefer to be in the middle or the end of the turn order?
I prefer to be in the end so I can kind of get it.
That makes sense. I asked because like the order we have our contempt tokens in is also the turn order, and that's what reminded me. So would you mind putting Zach at the end of that? Thank you.
I'll learn.
So, no, go ahead.
Oh, I was saying I'll learn more by watching and doing.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's how I work too.
That is totally fair. But I will, also for all of us, the way that this works is in a given turn, we each pull a card, which has a prompt. And when you pull this card, or Judith is pulling the card for us, but just imagine that you are pulling it when it's your turn. When you pull this card, you have authorship of how we answer this prompt, and usually it's a choice of 2 things. And you can ask for help, we can collaborate together, but you have ownership of this choice. You get to make the decision. And so we do that. We do the card prompt, and then we advance project clocks by 1 each week, because each turn is a week. And then we do one of 3 things. We either hold a discussion, we discover something new, or we start a project. The third one's start a project, right? Can we check that?
Yeah.
Hang on, let me pull this up. I believe it's start a project. Yes, it is. And all of this turn order is in the Discord chat under rules, by the way, Zach.
Okay.
So, the things that happened last time, we discovered that the southernmost island, the biggest one, which has a name, I think it's towards the end of the...
Adron.
Did you want to just read from the...
Yeah, I guess, yeah, that's a good idea. We can just read it out.
I do remember the name of it, though.
What was it?
Hadron.
Cadron, that's right. Thank you.
Do you want to read this, or do you want me to read this?
Why don't you read it?
Okay. Week 0. Lopi flee the Tall Riders on Dragartha, who rode crawling Goliaths and creeping kin, which were basically biomechanical magical creatures that they made. Formerly coastal villagers of Dragartha, these Lopi were able to use boats to escape Dragartha and flee to 7 separate settlements they made on these islands that you see on the map here.
They're all marked as purple dots, except for the one on the main island, which is red because of what happened in the first week.
Yeah, which is week 1. A radioactive / cursed object on southernmost island washed up. And so a discussion was held by the other members of the community, like, do we try to go help the community that is on that first island, or do we leave them? They don't know what radiation is, so to them it's cursed, but we know that it's a radioactive thing. Week 2. Moonlight Tower discovered on one island that permanently illuminates the entire island. You can see that animated on the map as well, with the, like, right there. A project was made also separately where the community decided to scuttle a ship to cut off access to radioactive settlement out of fear. Week 3. A girl from some continent named G. Mi, who is an owlet, which is like an owl species, attempts to recruit members for expedition to the crashed ship. Or to a crashed ship that she came from. She also happened to bring some vermin onto the island, some unknown vermin. Week 4. Legends about the islands began to spread of strange creatures, which scares the community. Human skeletons found on the cursed island and elsewhere. Lopi made assumptions about what humans look like through skin wrapping, because the Lopi are like this bird-like species that you can see on the thumbnail, and also right here. So they find human skeletons, which they've never seen before, and are like, these things look monstrous, what are these? And they find these specifically and mostly on the cursed island of Cadron, and some in other places as well. And while this was being discovered and these legends being spread, the ship scuttling is finished, which was organized by a Lopi named Taro.
The ship scuttling was a project undertaken to cut off the radioactive settlement from the rest so that no one else would get the curse.
Yeah. On return trip, Taro found relics from a crashed relic ship that aren't radioactive, and he decided to bring those back with him to the community. Week 5. The oldest community members were the ones that had been left on Cadron. When they had escaped from Dragartha, it ends up that they decided it would be smartest to leave the elders on the nearmost island, which means that all the people left on the island, the cursed radioactive island, were their elders, like their parents, their grandparents. So all the people that are remaining are significantly younger. And this was a discussion, right?
Mm-hmm.
So a discussion was held by the community about whether Taro should be punished for scuttling the ship and cutting off any escape for the elders to escape the cursed island. Week 6. Old man Bimas attempts to make a deal with the Tall Rider.
He admitted to have.
Admits.
He admitted that he had made a deal with the Tall Riders before they all escaped, basically so that he would let them in if they would let him and his family get out free.
Basically revealing to the community that it's a lot of this was his fault for bringing them into the village. While this was being admitted, a project was started to start a farm on the Moonlight Tower Island to address crop scarcity, in hopes that because the island is always illuminated, maybe they'll be able to grow crops faster. Week 7. Food has been stored in open barrels, which is exposed to the elements. We'll see if that progresses into anything. And also a project was started to create cold storage with magic in hopes to maybe help with that. Yeah. Week 8. A youth, Teltas, gets into a fight with a few witnesses. Witnessing this fight, he was fighting Taro. Provoked by Taro's actions with the ship scuttling, Taro accidentally injures him with a relic needle gun, being the item he found on his way back. A few people, including Teltas's mother, Tilte, took it upon themselves to begin the process of exiling Taro and Bimas. And that's where we left off.
Yes. And I believe that was 2 full rounds, so I think that will back up to me.
Yes.
Oh, which means there's 5 turns left and there's 5 of us, so we each get 1 more spring turn, and then it's on to summer.
Yeah.
That is perfect. All right. Shall I draw the card?
Please do.
7 of Hearts.
7 of Hearts. Where is everyone sleep? Who is unhappy with this arrangement and why? Or, what natural predators roam this area? Are you safe? That's a tough one.
There's some fun opportunities there.
Mm-hmm.
There are. All right, I'm gonna go with the predators one. So first off, I think that there are aquatic and terrestrial predators. I think that what's like a fun not shark? What do you?
You want to be in the water?
Yeah.
Like, do you want it to be something that is similar to a shark, or just a completely different kind of predatory marine
I'm open
animal?
to ideas on that.
Because I can give you some prehistoric animals to run with.
I want to also ask Bottoms and Zach if they have any ideas.
I like jellyfish. I don't know.
Oh,
Ooh.
that could be
I don't know if I have
interesting.
other ideas past that.
Anglerfish?
Hmm.
No.
Ooh, anglerfish are a fun idea, yeah.
What
That's
if
a
we
good one.
had a mix of the two where it's like
Yeah.
angler jellies?
Yeah. I don't know what the purpose of the angler dangly bob would be on a jellyfish, but you know what? Sure.
Oh, no, I was thinking more like it's an anglerfish, but instead of fins, it's just got, jellyfish tentacles.
Oh,
They could
yeah.
bait into the tentacles. Like they're not
Yeah.
long. They're really venomous.
That sounds pretty cool.
Technically, crocodiles are kind of sea creatures. They swim.
Yeah, that's also an idea. It's crocodiles.
It's funny that idea makes me think of the sea dragon Leviathan from Subnautica, where it's from the waist up, it's just like a fucking dragon, and then from the waist down is an octopus.
Oh, yeah. That's a fun one. I was gonna say a mosasaur or something.
So, what about this reptilian creature then with scales that has the angler stuff, or has tentacle jellyfish tentacle things coming out for fins that also have the things that allure creatures to them at the end of those.
I like that. I think them having the lure doesn't make a lot of sense for them being way up near the surface, which is kind of where we're concerned with.
Maybe
right now,
it's
but...
not the type of. Maybe they have a light, but also it's more like a smell or something.
Yeah, or some kind of thing that lures
Maybe it's
prey
food.
with magic or something.
Yeah.
Maybe
Maybe they just look like. Maybe they look like berries or something like that.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I'm going to say that these ones are common, but not common in the way that you cannot go in the water at all. it's like they're scary, but like people swim and it's fine. Like you don't have to worry too much about them, but they are around.
Okay.
And I think there should also be terrestrial predators though. And
Which card was this?
this was the 7 of Hearts.
We should also come up with a name for this.
We should for both of them. And I think we should assume that these ecosystems are a little more complicated than we're making them. Like these are not the only predators, but these are the ones that concern us the most. Like the fish are probably just kind of freaky. And even better than them being kind of freaky, like these people came from coastal villages. They have folklore about these. In fact, you know what? I kind of just want these. We only have to worry about adding terrestrial ones right now, unless people have ideas.
No, I was just gonna offer names.
Okay.
What's a name?
I mean, it might be a bit too complicated of a name.
You give the complicated version, and then we'll have someone else do like a shorter nickname version
Okay,
of that.
I was gonna say Zyphocnids.
Okay. And Zyphocnids.
XiphoCnids.
That is a little complicated.
So
That's true.
Zyphocnids. Bottoms. What's a funny little short version of that?
Zyphids, maybe?
Zyphids.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I like that.
I like that.
So XYPHIDS.
You can spell it however you want.
Okay.
If you want to spell it with a Z, you can spell it with a Z.
I did
I don't have-
XYPHIDS.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, like I said, I think
You-
that
You should draw them.
I think that these are not like this isn't like a piranhas in a movie kind of situation where it's like you fall in the water, you're instantly dead. I think that people are a little scared of them. They respect them. They have folklore about them. And over the entire course of spring, I'm going to say 2 people die to them. Like, it's not a huge thing, but it is like they're not a threat.
How big are they?
I think like the size of like a tuna, like really big, but not like we're
Okay,
not like a whale. You know,
That's not what I was just imagining. Like Zach was saying crocodile. I was kind of imagining that size. But tuna works.
I could see that.
Crocodiles are pretty similar in size to a big tuna.
Really?
Yeah, I suppose that's true. Yeah,
Tuna?
yeah, tunas
Yeah,
are fucking
tuna's
huge.
huge.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
They're apex predators.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I might.
That's why there's that whole mercury concern with them, because like they concentrate stuff from below the food chain into them.
Maybe dumb pepper moment. I thought they were the size of like salmon.
no, they're very very big.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I think I think that works.
Okay.
And now let's advance the project clocks, which is also a good time for me to say what clocks are currently running. We have start
I'm
a
sending
farm
a
on the
picture of a big tuna to the.
we have start a farm on the Tower Island, 2 of 6, now 3 of 6. We have create cold food storage, now 2 of 5. And we have exile Taro and Bimas, 1 of 3.
Okay. And then you get to choose a thing to do this week.
Let's see, what are we doing? Oh yeah, and Zach, by the way, if someone else's, like, even though this is my term, if someone else's project had finished right now, we would kind of switch over to them and they would explain what happened and then we'd come back to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, the 3 steps of. Whoa! Did I switch people?
What?
You made me switch people.
What? How did that happen?
Did you press one of these buttons
I
up here?
did. So I'm sorry.
Which one did you? What are you doing? What are
I
you doing
used.
with my
I'm sorry. I
body?
used the number pad to write with numbers. I'm sorry.
You don't do that. Those are my hotkeys. You switched. You detransitioned me on my stream.
I'm so sorry.
You detransitioned my avatar.
Oh no.
So what I was saying though is like there's 3 steps to each person's turn. They get the prompt. They say, and the prompt is like a prompt. They say what that happens because of that prompt. Then the step 2 is like what projects are going on. So like that player doesn't really have to worry too much about that. And then step 3 is what action they want to take, basically.
Let's see. I want to. Let me think. So I think I want to discover something new.
Okay.
Let me look again at the exact wording in the book about discovering something new. Did I have it open over here, which is good because we can still look at it that way. We can still look at it on the
Also
stream.
remember, anything you put on this window is what
That's
the can see.
what I'm saying.
Okay.
Okay. Where is it? Discover something new. Actually, I'm not sure. I should have thought this through a little bit before I started. What do I want to do, Pepper? What do you think?
There's options are start a project, discover something new, discussion.
Okay, I think I'm going to start a project to start sending people to the apparently non-cursed relic ship that Taro found to
That's a good idea.
find things that could help. I'm going to say this is a big undertaking. I think it's 6 weeks. So,
Okay. Visit ship needle gun it came from.
yes. And that, just to remind people, that is the gray triangle next to Kadron on the south there.
Yep, right there.
Okay.
So do you want to draw something for that?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were gonna draw something for like the anglerfish.
That's also a good idea.
Both of
Either one, I
those
guess.
are good ideas. I think we should draw something for both of them. But I do not trust myself in any way to draw the anglerfish. So if anyone has any ideas for how to draw that, please feel free.
I might.
Badams, do you want to draw
sorry.
something?
I think I'm good. Thank you, though.
Okay. Judith, you wanted to?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
And should I just draw like an arrow going towards the relic ship just to kind of indicate people are going there? Or should I wait until the actual thing is finished? Yeah, I'll wait until the actual project is finished because the project might not finish.
Okay.
Okay. Next is Judith.
Right. Let me just finish drawing this Zyphid.
Ooh, freaky.
Maybe I
That's
drew it a
cool.
little too big.
Nah, it's
Nah,
fine.
that's cool.
I feel like I
And-
want it to have like a here be dragon sort of vibe.
Yeah.
I like that, yeah.
And also, like, you can change its size also.
All right. So next card, Queen of Hearts.
Queen of Hearts. Do you want to read it?
I am
Or I can also
pulling
read
it. I'm pulling it up right now. Okay. What's the most beautiful thing in this area, or what's the most hideous thing in this area?
Ooh.
Oh. Remind me what we have a scarcity of.
We have a scarcity of food, both in terms of crops and in terms of wildlife, and a scarcity of relics.
And wildlife.
I said that.
Oh, okay.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to do something uncharacteristically positive
Ooh.
and say that on one of the islands, there is a cavern full of grazing animals
Ooh.
that
So
are
is
actually really easy to hunt.
Is this something that's, I guess, discovered, and maybe this addresses... Oh, maybe it's something that could begin to address the wildlife shortage. We can't just have
Yeah.
it be something from a card that automatically addresses it, but...
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna try something also.
What are you trying?
I just, like, the background being just, like, pure white kind of hurts my eyes.
Oh, fair.
Yeah, mine too. You do it.
I am wondering that.
There's got to be a night mode, right?
What is this?
Asking.
Why is
Wait.
Santa here?
Wait.
What? No.
Yeah.
No.
All right.
No.
I've added Jerry. I've added Jerry to the project.
Oh, I see. Your eyes were straining, so you wanted to add something nice and easy on the eyes. Is that what you're saying? Okay.
Jerry here is nice and easy on the eyes.
And I am going to start a project to hunt the animals in that cavern. And I'm going to say that probably is only going to take like 2 or 3 weeks.
Although before we do that, we have to advance the project clocks.
Right. Sorry.
Pepper.
Yes. Project Clocks.
Yeah. I believe. Oh, I was gonna say I believe one finishes, but I was wrong. So okay. Sorry. You can continue with what you were saying.
Yeah, just I think would 2 to 3 weeks be reasonable for a project to hunt these animals?
I think so.
All right. So which one, 2 or 3?
Let's say 2,
Okay.
because there's already a settlement on that island. So I think
This means that I'm gonna get to describe the ends of projects like 2 turns in a row.
that's okay.
Okay.
That's
I
your
don't want to
prerogative for having
monopolize-
started projects.
All right. All right. Next turn.
I believe was this Pepper or Badams?
Here, let me just do something real quick, if that's okay.
Okay, we're just gonna take 1 second.
All right.
There is a night mode, by the way.
Oh, where is it?
It says, from the top corner of the home page, select the gear icon, go to account settings. On the account tab, scroll down to theme section. Select between sync with system, light and dark.
Okay, there's the
Here, settings.
settings.
And then,
Um,
where in settings?
It says,
Theme,
Theme,
dark.
there we go.
There
Dark
we
mode,
go.
yay.
let me try to put dark mode for me too.
Oh no, it's not actually making the canvas is still white.
It is.
Oh no. Yeah. But everything else turned black, that's good.
Okay, yeah. I don't know.
I think there's gotta be a setting for this, right?
It has to be.
Yeah. Maybe that would have been a thing when I was making a new canvas and we can't change it now.
I was gonna say, yeah.
There's ways to do it. No way.
What? Are you gonna do what I think you're gonna do?
Yeah,
Okay, well that's not solid black, just so you know.
yeah. Yeah, I know.
Okay.
By the way, I
Pepper
just
knows
sent a
everything.
picture of a tuna with some people for scale.
I was gonna say when I mentioned crocodile, what came to my mind was a crocodile meme
Whoops.
where he's walking.
This is a tuna.
He's walking
Whoa!
on two legs.
I had no idea they were that big.
Pepper, you covered all the drawings.
Yeah, I know. Give me a second.
No. You got no.
I'm gonna fix everything, don't worry. Don't worry, I got this. I got this.
Okay, Pepper.
Everything's gonna be solved. As long as you believe in me.
Wait, can we actually have someone please check the turn order and see if it was Pepper or Badams who was next? Pepper, can I just look at the document really quick?
Not while I'm moving stuff.
Oh, that's a lot better.
It is.
Oh, it was Badams. Okay. Can you please pull a card for Badams, Judy?
I sure can.
Thank you.
Ace of Hearts.
Yippee.
Do you have it in front of you, Badams, or should I read it?
I'm pulling it up now, but you can read it as well.
This is a good one. What group has the highest status in the community? What must people do to gain inclusion in this group? Or, are there distinct family units in the community? If so, what family structures are common? Wait, did we not have this one? No, I guess, never mind. We're good.
Oh my gosh.
Ah, Pepper, no.
I'm sorry.
Why'd you bring it to the front?
It was
I didn't
fine
mean
before.
to.
There we go.
Okay, it's fine. We're good. We're good. Okay. Oh my gosh.
Maybe there's like a family or some estate that is trying to board off use of like farming on the daytime island.
Okay, but how... Like, where did they get their status from? And are there... Is it just this family, or are there other people who are of a similar level of status?
In my head, it's like old money from where they moved from, and they
Okay.
decided to come with to be opportunistic.
Okay. So it's just purely, like, economic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I need to catch up with these notes also. So, Judith's thing was...
Judith's thing was... What card did you have, Judith?
I had
Queen of Hearts,
the
sorry.
Queen of
Animals,
Hearts.
right?
Oh, no, yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful, yeah.
There's a beautiful cave full of peaceful grazing animals that are easy to hunt.
Okay. Okay, and then there was... What was the action you took?
And I started a 2-week project to hunt them.
Okay. There, sorry, thanks. I was trying to do the thing on the screen while also having to do these notes.
Okay,
Batters
Ace of
this card.
Hearts.
Ace of Hearts?
Mhm.
Ace of Hearts. Okay.
There's a family who has a lot of money from before, who are kind of the elites, and they're trying to. You said they're trying to gate access to the to the farm that's being built.
Yeah, maybe my action could be like they're building a harbor or something that's excluding entry that's not explicitly like approved by them.
Okay, so
This is setting something up very fun for when
Yeah.
my turn ticks through.
are they trying to let workers through but no one else, or
Wait, aren't we supposed to tick the project clocks before we start the projects?
I think
yes?
we
I
did.
don't think this was a project.
No, this is
but-
just the thing, but
Oh, but
Oh.
building a
that's,
harbor probably would be a project.
yeah, that would probably
That's
be
what
a
I was
project.
saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I have
That'll be
I
the
have an
action
action,
part.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have to tick the project clocks before we do that. But Pepper, would you mind going up and adding Judith's to the project clocks,
Yes.
and also adding this one?
Me. Making. Or hunting. Hunting animals in cave. 0 out of 2. And then building exclusive harbor.
Well,
And are they doing this like for export, basically, to make more money, while like the rest of the community is kind of starving?
Yeah,
Okay.
kind of my idea.
Okay, and what would the how many weeks do we think that would take?
Huh.
I
Probably like
just
4 or 5 plus. Probably a
Yeah.
while.
we
Let's say-
sh-
yeah.
we shouldn't add the project clock until we've ticked the others. Otherwise,
Yeah.
we're gonna accidentally tick it at the same
Yeah.
time.
So starting the farm is on 5 of 6. The food storage is at 4 of 5. Exiling Taro and Bimas is done. Visiting the
Contempt.
like sending the expedition to get the relics is at 2 of 6, and hunting the animals is at 1 of 2.
Did you hear what I said?
Yes.
You said contempt? Okay.
So then that's my thing, right?
I think that was yours.
So the mom, Tilte, among a few others, have specifically dumped Taro and Bimas at one of the ends of Kadron. But once again, because that island is so massive, they're actually like nowhere near where the ship was scuttled and everyone else is. But they are on that island now.
And are they just like, because they're nowhere near where the radiation is, are they just like fine?
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct. Which is gonna set up some interesting opportunities.
Okay. Taro and Bemus have been exiled by Tilte and a few others to one end of Kadron, where unknown to them, there is no radiation.
And then we are adding Badams's project clock at 0 out of
5.
Mhm.
Okay. So
For the Marxists in the chat, this is called enclosure of the commons.
Just Badams, I'm so thankful that you did this because it's gonna make the thing I'm gonna do
Yes.
when my project clock is done even more interesting.
Nice.
Oh, and as far as building the harbor contempt.
Okay.
Oh, I guess, do we save I guess the ways to think about this is you can do contempt when the project is announced or when it's finished, and you just have to think about that as like, are people angry at the news that it's even starting, or are they only angry once it happens? I think people are angry just to hear that this is happening, because like, what this is all of us. This belongs to all of us.
Yeah.
Oh wait, but I broke the rules here. I'm sorry. I wasn't supposed to say more. I was just supposed to say contempt, and then we move on because we haven't held a discussion.
That's okay.
That's my fault.
Okay, so
Alright, Pepper.
yes, now it is my turn.
Alright. Jack of Hearts.
Oh,
Which right here.
of Hearts. Okay, so the Jack of Hearts. You see a good omen, what is it? Or you see a bad omen, what is it? So I think it'd be interesting if we actually started, like, the elders who are on the irradiated island, they're not all dead yet, but they're definitely dying. I'd like to include them in some of this stuff. I think the bad omen is the radiated device starts beeping.
The radioactive device.
The radioactive device starts beeping.
Ooh.
And that freaks them all the hell out. Okay, now we look at the
Project clocks.
projects.
Starting the farm and creating cold food storage are both done. Let's start with starting the farm. Not Pepper, Judith. That was you, right? What does this look like?
Yeah. So,
Oh, and hunting animals
in
is
the
done
cave.
also.
yeah, this is what I was warning you about.
Yeah.
So, starting the farm, totally successful, with a major caveat. So, the crops are growing, and since we exposited before about how radiation is causing the curse, I feel justified in expositing a bit about what's causing this downside I'm about to mention. So there is a prion that grows in the plant that can only be purged from its system at night.
Oh.
But that can't happen if it's always daylight. If there's always daylight. So, consuming the crops grown on this island makes your body physically dependent on them.
Okay.
Okay.
That is rough. Oof.
Yeah, and there's a family building an exclusive harbor to monopolize export of those crops. So, good luck.
Do people notice this immediately?
I would say so, yeah, because it's not like the first batch of crops is going to be enough for everyone to be eating it for days and days and days, so people start eating it, and then they notice that anything else they try and eat, they can't stomach it.
Concrete Town Particulars Core. Love it.
I don't know what that is.
Never mind.
You said they can't eat anything but them, these farms?
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, let me rephrase that. They
Okay.
they can eat other things, but if they don't regularly eat the crops grown on this island, they will lose the ability. They just start to lose the ability to hold down food.
Well, the good news about that is now we can at least store those crops really well. Hey, Badams, I think that was your project. You want to tell us what this looks like?
It's not looking good, Bob.
So, is it just kind of what it sounds like? Just they start being able to store all of their food much better, and there's less precarity in that?
Yeah, maybe they have some new structure kind of thing, like they put it in blocks and they can thaw it without damaging the goods.
I like that. Well, if you're going to be dependent on very seasonal food or all year round, I guess it's good that at least you can store it.
So basically, this is a magic thing, right?
Yes.
So magic has been developed where you can freeze food in ice
Yes.
blocks.
Yes.
Okay.
And I guess also places to store the ice blocks, right?
Yeah, some kind of, I don't know what they would put them in.
Warehouses, I don't know, or like
Warehouse.
longhouses.
Yeah, it could even be like, before refrigeration was invented, people had ice boxes. Like, similar kind of thing, I guess.
And
Like the
before
magic
that,
light
they would just store things in colder underground caves.
True. So I think that those two things together, and I'm actually going to wait until we talk about the third project, the hunting animals in caves, because that seems
Yeah.
relevant also.
It's actually going surprisingly well. They... yeah, you know what? For once, I'm gonna make it so that a bad thing did not happen.
Yay!
These animals are stupid easy to hunt, and they are really abundant, and since we haven't encountered any large terrestrial predators, they reproduce at a fast enough rate that it doesn't seem like, you know, they're overhunting them or anything.
So I'm going to say between that and the farm, we've addressed both of the food scarcities.
I would agree with that.
I think that those are both abundant now. So wildlife and crops. However, I think there are significant downsides to the crops, and I think we should address that in some kind of scarcity. What do people think?
Nutrients. They're not getting the right nutrition because they're all eating the specific one crop.
How about like a scarcity of independence? Does that work? Like,
Yeah.
food independence?
Food diversity.
Food
Scarcity of
yeah, that
freedom.
makes sense.
Food diversity.
Okay, yeah.
Scarce. Okay.
So we should find some way to draw those on the map. Because that is the game we are playing.
Yeah, I
Um,
realize I have no idea how the hell I'm gonna draw that.
Well, Badams should draw the food in magic icebox.
And if nothing else, what the game usually talks about doing is at least take the old drawings you had to represent the scarcities and cross them out.
Alright.
So we got Badams can draw the food in magic iceboxes, and Judith can draw the cave animals and the successful farm on Moonlight Island.
I did already draw the cave animals at least.
Okay.
I'm just
Well,
gonna
I just-
keep the drawing that I made.
Oh, I'm
Of them
vibrating because
already?
I have a really good idea for my turn.
First, it is Zach's turn.
Yeah, it is Zach's first turn. Can you draw a card for Zach if you have a moment?
I sure can. The last card of spring, the 10 of Hearts.
Hold
Of
on.
hearts.
There's another community somewhere on the map. What are they? What sets them apart for you? Or what belief or practice helps justify your community?
Okay.
I want to go believe.
Okay.
You believe for practice. Am I allowed to ask questions?
Of course.
Of course.
And also, like, this is completely in your control. You can do basically anything on your
Yeah,
turn.
you can ask us for help, but it is your decision.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get caught up.
Mm-hmm.
So the crowds are going from the
Yep.
What looks like the lighthouse.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think remind me how that got there, the lighthouse.
It was already there.
I just found it.
Yeah, it was already on this island. We don't know how or why it's there, but it
Yeah.
manages to keep the entire island, which is the size of a state, completely lit at
Yeah.
all times.
So what I'm thinking belief is it's not that they treat it like a god. I guess so. I think,
Kind of like they just like start to have this idea in mind where the tower is kind of like a higher entity or something.
yeah, it's not to kind of worship it.
Yeah.
Or was it like put in place by a higher entity? Like, are they
Yeah.
worshiping the thing itself, or are they worshiping whoever they think put it there?
I think the thing itself.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
This might be a good time for us to start addressing, and like I think this is kind of a outside the scope of the card. This means kind of open this to everyone. What were their belief systems before?
And did they have any?
Yeah. Like before the game started, before they left Regartha, what do people think? Like what?
I
Yeah.
okay.
No, go ahead.
I don't think that they probably had any before
Okay.
until they noticed this thing.
Alright.
And they don't know where it came from, you know?
That makes sense.
It's
Okay.
kind of in their belief system,
Yeah.
you know?
This could be their first time coming across something so unbelievable.
Yes, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
And I guess like in a world where magic exists, it has to be pretty fucking unbelievable to be unbelievable.
Yeah.
So, and like a tower that keeps this giant area always daylit is one of those things.
This could be also interesting in the idea that, especially if the elite community, or the community of elites like that are higher, more wealthy and stuff like that, more powerful, are also basically gatekeeping the farm. That means they're also gatekeeping the deity.
Mm.
Can I come up with a
Yeah.
name for the deity, by the way? Unless anyone else wants to.
I think that's up to Zach.
What was the question?
Do you want to come up with a name for the deity?
Or do you want Judith to?
If Judith has an idea, I think it's something like something with sun. Right?
Okay.
Yeah. I was gonna go with Aigle, which is ancient Greek for sunlight.
Okay.
That's perfect. How do you spell that?
Aigle.
A-I-G-A... A-I...
Aigle.
Aigle.
Getting really close to Iglamine there, Judah.
I was aware. I think her name probably means gleaming.
It might. I think it's probably in the first book. I can actually check right now. I have the book.
It's in the appendix somewhere, I think. That bit that wasn't in the audiobook. All right.
Okay.
We are moving on to summer.
I
Oh
think...
wait, first, the rest of Zach's turn.
I also wanted to say contempt for the idea that some of these people who are worshipping this place are now going to be upset about it being also being kind of exclusive.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense.
Okay, so No projects were finished, but Zach can take an action.
Did you advance the projects, by the way?
Yes. Which would include... Wait, those are over here, right?
They're in the in that one.
So you can start a project, which is just whatever you want to do. You can have it so the
Yeah.
community starts a project to do something. You can have it so they discover something new, which can be like basically anything. They can discover an item, a place, a creature, whatever.
A problem.
A problem. Or you can have it so the community holds a discussion about a certain topic.
And the rules around that are a little bit more specific, but if that's what you want to do, we can like talk you through it. And also, it's on stream right now.
I think will be interesting for a project is that churches should be built.
Okay.
Not-
okay.
They're gonna start
Not-
building places of worship.
Yeah, but not. But some of them don't necessarily relate to Can I pronounce it right?
Igle?
Yeah, you can. It's
Yeah.
it is your turn. You can like
Yeah.
do whatever you want with it. I was making a suggestion more.
Yeah. I just think it'd be interesting.
Okay, so building places of worship.
How many
Yeah.
weeks do we think this should be? It can be 1 to 6.
I think 4.
4. Okay.
4 sounds right.
So they are going to start building places of worship.
All right.
Construction on places of worship is
Represent this.
begun.
To represent them revering the tower as a deity. Should we draw something new?
Yeah.
I think
Like we could draw like a halo around it or something?
yeah, I think that would be something that Zach will draw for this one.
Yeah.
I'm not the best artist.
And it's
You don't
okay,
need to be.
These are all sketches.
And it is also okay to ask other people to help you. Like I had others do my
Yeah.
drawing a bit ago.
You have to click a
You have to
marker.
click draw on the side.
Yeah.
Draw.
On the left
Third
side.
from the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a draw option, and then you can like draw whatever you want there, and you can also like zoom in on it to make it easier to draw.
Okay.
It can even just be like a few wiggly lines.
Yeah. Like don't worry too much about it. Like they talk about it in the book as like this should be simple drawings. They shouldn't take more than 30 seconds. They don't have to be good. Any drawing will be good enough.
Yeah.
And there it is. Hell yeah. Okay.
What?
Perfect. Also, reading the chat a little bit. Hello, Andre. Welcome to the stream. How have been pretty good. What games are you playing? We're playing a game called The Quiet Year, which is a storytelling game.
Which
And
I'm enjoying.
I'm enjoying it a lot. I love this.
I am too.
Okay, I have a random question that for Judith specifically that has nothing to do with this game.
Yeah.
So, background to the chat. I got my glasses today. I've been wearing them for like 2 hours now. This is my first time ever having glasses. Does it make sense that my eyes kind of hurt?
Honestly, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're seeing clearer, then yeah, it can just take some adjustment. But
Like I can see clear, but my eyes are also kind of aching a bit.
yeah, it might just take some getting used to.
Okay.
That makes sense. But yeah, The Quiet Year is really, really good, and I've already been thinking about how much I want to play the next game this person made, Dream Askew. I think that game sounds incredible. But that's for the future.
Okay. So that is the entirety of spring complete. That's exciting. Their first season on the islands of Notasia
Notosia.
have ended. And we're now entering into summer. Also week 14.
All
Oh,
right.
we have to put a spring month on the top. I forgot to do that.
Let me know when you're ready for the next card.
Sping.
I
wrote
am
sping.
ready.
All right. Queen of Diamonds.
Queen of Diamonds. A project finishes early. Which one? Why? If there are no projects underway, boredom leads to a quarrel. A fight breaks out between two people. What is it about?
So we do have projects.
We do have projects. So scroll back up. I think we might have only the one.
No, I think we have two.
No,
There's the
we
one
have
to
two,
build
we have two,
churches
you're
and the
right.
one to build the harbor.
There's three. There's three.
I'm going to.
Oh.
Yeah, move those, I guess. Oh, I said active projects there. Yeah, we should move those to like a finished projects thing.
Okay.
And there's also the animals in the cave, but yeah. I think because they have money, they're able, like, the family, which we should name, is able to bring in a lot of laborers from Cognatus and from Dragartha, and they're able to get this harbor built very quickly with
Wait.
very little local
So
oversight.
this would be an important thing, though. They have never been to Cognatus Empire. They don't know what is there.
True.
And they've also never seen humans before,
Oh, that's a good point.
other than the skeletons. So, because this is kind of...
There were no, like, indigenous people in what's now Cognatus before humans arrived.
There are monsters.
So I feel like that's who they're, like, communicating with. Like, maybe, like, local, like, not local, but, like ports just, like, north of the islands, I think.
Okay.
And also Dragartha.
So this would still be their first time meeting species or people that are not from Dragartha.
Yes.
Okay.
And, contempt, by the way. Contempt for myself.
So say it is... What again? What is happening here?
The harbor finishes early because the family, like the rich family, was able to hire outside laborers. By the way, I just want to reiterate, summer is one of the seasons alongside winter that can end sooner than it's supposed to if we draw the king immediately. If that happens, we still get all, at least make sure we've had one round in summer before we do it. So if Judith next turn pulls the king, we're still going until everyone's had a turn and then summer's over.
All right. Johanna, do you want to name the family or Badams?
I have no idea. We're going for kind of like a Greek thing with the naming, it seems like.
Well, with the naming,
It's Greek, I don't have anything.
It's not Greek.
it
I've
doesn't
just
also
been
have to be.
scrambling syllables in dinosaur names to get something that sounds kind of unique.
Judith, I feel like you're kind of the person we've all been looking to name things. Do you have any
I feel
thoughts?
guilty about that now because
No,
it's supposed to.
This would be making me a nervous wreck if not for,
Okay.
like, yeah. Like,
Okay,
naming
because I've
things
got a
hard
name
for
lined
me.
up for the family. They're the
You said you have a
Kilova
name?
family.
Kilova?
Yeah, Kilova.
Okay, let me...
Badams, does that work for you? Because I know they were kind of your creation.
That's okay.
Okay.
How do you spell that again?
Kilova.
Okay.
I want to go for like a slightly czarist vibe.
I like it. Which is why you want to kill of them? Kill of...
No,
Kill all of them.
I changed it from a C to a K just so that
Okay.
it's easier to tell how it's pronounced, but I was scrambling some of the syllables of Velociraptor.
All right, let's start. Let's advance the project clocks.
Yes. Active projects. Okay, 5. And so we are 5 out of 6 on the needle gun ship, and also 1 out of 4 on building places of worship.
I'm going to discover something new this turn.
I also have to put contempt on you.
Oh yes, put contempt on me, please.
Oh, I'm contempting you so hard.
So we're you might remember in a previous turn, Badams said that Jimmy introduced vermin accidentally to the island next to the farm. I am going to say those vermin start making it into the farm, they start eating the crops, and then they start spreading the prions throughout the food chain.
Oh shit.
I mean, that's actually good.
They have
Oh,
mixed
is
it
it?
so they can eat anything.
Well, yeah, if
again.
they're spreading
Oh,
the
no.
prion throughout the food chain, then anything that has consumed it is now something that
But
will work.
what
to...
I was
It does also mean that they can't eat anything outside of these islands.
like what I was thinking
They're
was
also
like now.
addicted to multiple substances, which I imagine
Yeah.
wouldn't be great.
Okay, so what I was going for something here that's like now suddenly people who weren't previously dependent on these crops are dependent on these crops. But like, does it make more sense, I guess, to go with this, where like now suddenly like you could like it's just more about you have to get things that are from this area?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
Let's
it
do
doesn't
that.
change the fact that the area is still controlled by the Kilova family.
Okay.
And also, like, these are vermin that people will have to eat for now if they want to sate their dependency. Like, it's going to spread throughout the food chain, but that kind of thing doesn't happen instantly.
That's true. That's true. But no, we're discovering something, which means that we can discover that this has already happened.
Oh, yeah, okay. Damn you, Jimmy.
Okay. So then it is Judith's turn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
Go ahead. Oh, also, welcome to the stream, Moopy-kun. Hello. Wow, so what do we have here? We're playing a tabletop game called The Quiet Year. We're developing a story. It's a storytelling game, and it's fun so far. All right, go ahead.
All right. 8 of diamonds. Let me pull that up. Someone tries to take control of the community by force. Do they succeed? Why do they do this? Or a headstrong community member decides to put one of their ideas in motion. Start a foolish project. Oh god, these are both so tempting.
Let's
They
just bring
are.
Taro back either way.
Well, it doesn't have to be Taro.
No,
Yeah,
it
I
doesn't.
don't. I want to bring Taro back at some point. I'm not gonna lie, because I have some very fun ideas for what to do with him. But I also think it'll be a less interesting story if he's the only one who's ever doing things.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
So, I am actually going to say that Tilte capitalizes on the popularity that she has gained by being the one to exile Bimas and Taro. And effectively, she doesn't so much become the leader of the community as kind of the... What how would I put this? Like essentially the lieutenant running the farms for the Kilova family. Which gives her an immense amount of power to wield.
Does, and she's not making like a separate power structure from them. She's incorporating into their power structure.
For now, yes.
Okay. Oh, and also, just to remind people, Tilte is the mother of the person that Taro fought with. And that fight's what got him exiled. Well, that fight is part of what got him exiled. There were many other things.
Which, by the way, I think Teltas is still alive, right?
Yeah, he is. We said that he got injured and not killed.
Yeah. Oh, there's even more fun opportunities here. Oh, I'm having a lot of fun. All right. Let's tick the project clocks, and
Yes.
I will
Uh,
draw something.
they have made it to the island with the needle gun.
And they have brought back other relics also, which I'm going to say now, that's going to address the relic shortage, relic scarcity, which, like, I kind of feel like we're not usually supposed to address all of the scarcities by summer. That's not usually how this game goes, but that's okay. We just need to think
We
about...
had a lot of horrible things happen early on.
Yeah. Can we add, because of like the enclosure of the commons, can we add scarcity the commons? No, probably not. Let's not do that.
No, but scarcity of freedom, I think,
Yeah.
would be reasonable right now.
Yeah.
So who went to get these things? It was
That's a good question. I think it
We
was
can
people
introduce
who...
a new character, or it could be Teltas.
because it could be interesting that just to make these powerful people even more powerful, they got all the powerful tools from this place.
Yes, I think, well,
and that
that-
could add to the scarcity of freedom.
that's true. But also, it could be interesting to now have two competing power structures.
Yeah, I
That's
like
true.
that. And they might be on a different island instead.
Yeah, I think it's like, I wouldn't say Taro sympathizers, but people who were like, you know,
Wait,
he
whose
shouldn't have
project
done
was
it.
this?
What?
Whose project was this?
This is my project.
Okay. Wanted to double check.
like it's people who didn't agree with the exile of Taro, who were probably like the only people who really listened when he was on his way back. Like, hey, we found these relics. So that's the reason they were in this position to do this in the first place. I'm going to say that they brought back lots of relics, not all of which are weapons. In fact, most of them are not weapons. And a lot of them are just things that they don't really understand yet. I think that they might have to, spend some time with them in order for them to actually understand what they are. But as of right now, it's just having them, just having all of these relics that so far at least don't seem cursed is giving them some social cachet that they are, that they're kind of leveraging as like an alternative power structure to the new bourgeoisie.
All right. Can I do my action for the turn now?
Yes.
Because I have...
wait, 1 second. Do you need a second, Pepper?
Nope.
You're
All
good?
good.
Okay, cool.
All right. I am going to start a project.
Okay.
And tell me if this is going too far. But I think Taro, Bimas, and the few surviving elders on Kadran, because it's not like all of them were necessarily concentrated around the bay, and some of the people who lived there, because it wasn't 100% elders, so like some of the other people there, start a project to build a ship out of relic parts.
I'm calling them Cadronians.
Okay, that sounds good.
Build a
Cadronians.
ship out of relic parts. I like that.
Yeah, and that is going to take 6 weeks, because it's difficult as hell.
So...
If it could go longer, I'd say it probably should go a little longer. But that's
was thinking
fine.
the
6 is what
same
we
thing.
got.
Like, I would set it to 8 weeks gladly.
Yeah, normally, like if we were playing this on a tabletop, this would be represented with 6-sided dice. So that's all we got.
Question here.
We can bend the rules.
They build it out of relic parts from where?
I mean, let's assume that some parts from the like bit that was just explored, plus like stuff that washed up with the radiation but on other parts of the shore. So like there's other stuff that washed up. It's not like just the radioactive core washed up, I think.
Yeah.
And because
Do you
it's
think
stuff
they
that
have a
washed up,
sense-
it's all pretty buoyant.
When they find the radioactive thing, do you think that they have a sense like, oh, this is the cursed thing? Or are they not really sure?
I think they can tell that the closer people get to that bay, the more sick they are.
Okay.
And at this point, either way, Taro clearly does not believe that all relics are cursed because, again, he picked up a gun from another ruin. So, like, he's definitely got some confidence in relic tech.
Oh, I just thought of something. So
Yeah.
Taro had that needle gun, which he then shot someone with, and then he was exiled. Do you think he still has it, or does Tilte have it?
I think Tilte has it. Or not Tilte, Teltas has it.
Oh, Teltos has it. Okay.
Okay. How long is this relic ship going to take to be built?
6 weeks.
Yeah, 6 weeks.
Okay.
All right. Bottoms, it is your turn.
Wahoo.
Wahoo.
Wow.
Ace of Diamonds.
You got two aces in a row. What is this?
Yeah.
So cool.
It's a contingent within the community demands to be heard. Who are they? What are they asking for? And a contingent within the community has acted on their frustrations. What have they damaged, and why did they damage it? Is it permanent?
A lot of opportunities here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Moopy says, I am very intrigued. I'll be staying for the ride, everyone. Heck yeah. Thank
Happy
you
to
for
have you,
staying
Moopy.
here. Yeah. This has been really fun to develop this story with everybody.
And because I guess we didn't say it while you were here, this is going to serve as world building for the next like actual campaign that we do in the next tabletop system that we use.
Yeah.
Do I have permission to ask the team their thoughts on this? I feel like there's a lot, and I'm not sure what people are feeling the most.
You could ask.
Can you,
What's that?
can you define contingent?
Just like a group
Like-
of people.
Okay.
Like a smaller group within the larger group.
Okay.
So my immediate thought, and this might just be because I'm biased because I just talked about them, is the people who, like the new people gaining power with the new relics, are the ones who want to be heard.
Oh, we should
but I
draw
don't think
that.
so. Yeah,
You
we
should also give them a name.
We should. Do people have?
Are they a
ideas?
family or are they like a
I think
collective?
they're a collective.
Yeah.
The Avengers.
Maybe they have something on each island then? Like they're starting to travel and influence more groups of people from across like all the settlements?
Yeah, or at least all the islands that have settlements on them, which not all of them do.
Mm-hmm.
Or are they setting up on one of the islands without a settlement?
Maybe.
I like that idea.
I thought it would be interesting if they potentially set up on the island with the like wildlife, with the cavern, so that they have like their own food power base essentially that
That makes
rivals
sense.
the crops.
And now because the prions are in the food chain, that also works for that as well. Like people can come to them as well.
Oh no, I thought like the prions are only in the food chain on that one island. Like
Oh, well, I was thinking like
I think they were spread.
mean, it's up
throughout
to
that-
you.
Past that.
I was thinking that they had spread like, oh, you know, also through like fish basically, which means
Yeah.
it's now kind of everywhere.
well then like I feel like that removes the dependency. Sorry, I
Yeah, I see,
that
I
was-
see what you mean. I see what you mean.
That was the whole thought, was that it's that the people here now can't really leave these islands they've made settlements on, because outside of these islands isn't the food.
But you know
With
what?
prions.
I do think Judith is right that it's more interesting if it's just on like those two islands. So I think like they're starting, maybe like this part is totally up to your veto, Badams. This is your turn. I'm wondering if they are trying to use this food to establish their own power base, but also like the people who are already dependent on the crops can't really do much with that.
I also do like the idea that they, like Adams had said, of them being on maybe their own island that hasn't been touched yet also. But it is up to you, Adams.
Yeah, maybe. I guess I don't remember which ones are and aren't settled, but I
The
like
ones
the
that don't
idea of
have
like a
dots.
smaller one. I don't know dots.
Yeah. So like, especially the ones up towards the top there.
Yeah, and there's also two down near Cadron that are
Yeah.
uncolonized. We should like, it doesn't have to be now, it doesn't have to be for this game, but before the next game we should definitely have names for all of these islands.
Maybe on this smaller one then. I think that would be neat to have it be like out of the way for other people to reach. So until they
Like-
tell other people what they're up to, then people are kind of unawares about it.
Like the
Okay.
smaller one in the
Okay.
northeast.
Yeah. the
This
one-
one.
That
Yeah,
one.
okay, that makes sense.
Okay. Do you want to just draw like a symbol or a shape or something there?
I drew a little circle.
Oh, I can't really see.
I have two possible names for them. I mean, since either way, I think they as a
There's a
group
little
were
circle.
Johanna's project, sort of. It's either of you can like veto this. I was thinking either they could be called like the Bertalians, Bertalians, and like Bertel is the name of the island that they've settled on.
Okay.
Or they could just call themselves the True Notosians,
Ooh.
which might be a little fashy.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's getting a
Yeah.
little fashy for me.
Depends on if we want these to be the good guys or not.
Yeah. So
Um,
I think maybe just the Bertalians.
Okay.
again, up for a veto. This is
Bellams, how do you feel about that?
I like battalions.
How do you spell that again?
Bertalians.
Okay.
Hmm.
So battalions. It's like Italian, but Bertos. Battalions.
Form a community. I guess.
Form their own community on a separate island they call Berta?
Bertel.
Bertel. Like EL?
AL. Like the same as the
Okay.
spelling, just without the Ians at the end.
Yeah. Separate island they call Bertel.
So, going back to the car prompt, Badams, what are they asking for?
Oh, true. Kind of deviated. It slipped my mind.
That's fair.
What are they asking for?
Or what are they damaging?
Mm-hmm.
Chat, is the music able to be heard?
Hey, Pepper,
Yeah.
your glasses are cute.
Oh, thank you. Yay, I have cute glasses.
Maybe they're asking for like information on like technology or things that anybody's discovering.
Okay. And the phrasing of the card is a little bit like antagonistic. Like, I'm demanding to be heard, and I have like these are my demands. So their
like,
demands
maybe
are just
they're
information about
Yeah.
realms.
Demanding the right to the information.
Got you. That makes sense.
How's that sound, Adams?
Mm-hmm.
Are they demanding this for themselves or for like to be public knowledge?
For themselves, I was thinking.
Okay.
Okay.
I like this. Like the oh my god, I've already forgotten the name of the Kilovas are kind of turning into like theocrats, and the Bertalians are kind of turning into technocrats.
Okay, what action would you like to take, Adams?
Oh, did you advance the project clocks, Pepper?
I'll do that now. We now have building places of worship 3 of 4 and building a relic ship 1 of 6.
I'm gonna say, in settling that island, we discover one of the like broken ships just
Okay.
south of this small island.
I will be right back in the system.
Okay. So, like,
So like it's out of the way, and ideally people would need to land on this new island with people that are asking for information for their own devices.
is this a relic ship or just a different
Yeah.
ship? Okay. So,
Okay.
relic ship is discovered
if you want to draw that, I think we've been using gray for that.
Yeah. Can I also suggest an idea here? What if this is like a minor detail, but like what if the ship that was discovered with the needle gun was like half of a ship and this is the other half? It just crashed landed way far away.
Sure.
Jody seemed to like that.
It's very neat in a way that I think does work for this story.
Yeah.
Because like the community's being split in half, and then
Oh,
the
yeah,
ship was
that's
yeah
true.
like it.
I didn't even do it on purpose for that. This is discovered by the battalions?
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe it's you now, Pepper.
I believe it is you now, Pepper.
All right. 3 of diamonds.
Okay. Also, I'm gonna read the chat again real quick. Moopy-kun says, Pepper got the best type of glasses. They fit well on you, and those glasses work for a lot of people. Now Pepper needs a nerd Pepper model. Now that's true. I'll become a nerdy girl. More nerdy than I am. I actually should put on my, like... I have glasses I can put on my avatar.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I do.
Did
Oh.
I miss anything?
Nope.
The battalions discovered the second half of the relic ship
Okay.
near Brittle Island.
You should have kept them that big.
Big glasses. There you go. Now I have glasses. They're small and hard to see though, but I have glasses. Okay. What was the card?
3 of diamonds.
3 of diamonds. I was about to say something really dumb. I'll be like, we're getting a lot of diamond cards. So, 3 of diamonds. Summer is a time for production and tending to the earth. Start a project related to food production, or summer is a time for conquest and the gathering of might. Start a project related to military and readiness and conquest. Aw, shit.
Oh shit.
I think... Should I go with the battalions or Kilova family?
Or you could start a new faction.
You could start a new faction. My instinct is the Kilova family are starting to kind of want to what's the word I'm looking for?
Annex?
No, not
Or
annex.
yeah,
Accumulate more.
Consolidate?
And they're going consolidate. Thank you. So I think they would be the ones to start militarily expanding.
Okay. I'm
Although-
gonna,
I'm open to other ideas.
Well,
and
okay,
it's also
never
your
mind.
turn.
Sorry.
yeah, I'm gonna say... Oh, movie says amazing canonically large glasses. Thank you, thank you. So it's food or conquest here. So let me see. So the battalions, they got their tools from the first ship and are now also like getting a lot of stuff from this other ship that is by Brittle Island.
They don't have any farms, though.
They don't have any farms.
I have an idea for how to get them some food when it's my turn, but I'm not gonna...
To be honest, this isn't my favorite card for what I want to do.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
It does especially seem weird that we just did so much food production stuff and now suddenly do something for food production.
No, it's not that. It's just, I don't know. Hang on, let me look through some of our notes so far.
Right. I have a suggestion, but I'm sorry.
No need to be sorry. Let me just look through a few things. Okay. So the conquest can be kind of anything, right? What if the battalions... Well, actually, I don't know how they would because they're so far away, but I was gonna say, what if they would discover the idea, or like how... I don't know. Okay, what's your suggestion?
They can also just start their own farm.
They could. Like, another one of these things was food production, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Food production or conquest.
The other thing I was gonna say was they could conquer the island that the caves with the wildlife are on.
Well, that seems like a tall order when they're so far away from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, they have a lot more military technology.
True.
Probably. They are the only ones with access to, like, high-tech weaponry.
Well, no, I mean, Tilte is working for the others, and she has that technology also. Or she led, like,
Does
the group
she?
that has that.
She has the needle gun.
Yeah. Wait, wasn't
No,
that right?
Teltas has it.
Oh,
She
Teltas.
doesn't.
Tells us, you're right. No, but didn't... Oh, no, you're right. It was, like, the group that ended up becoming the battalions that did that. You're right. They have the military tech.
The Kilovas have their power base entirely based around food, but they don't have weaponry.
You're right.
So it's
oh,
food
I
versus
like that.
weapons.
I like
here.
that.
Yeah. So, like, if the battalions basically took over that other island, they could probably reliably hold it.
I have an idea. The battalions are going to basically go take some time to see if they can rally up other people from the rest of the communities in hopes of creating a conquest of both the cave island and then also maybe even invading the Kilova family's island. How does that sound to people?
I have an idea about how to... Because I was thinking those could be two separate projects, and since this card itself is starting a project, one of those could be the project for this, and the other could be your other action for the turn.
I had a different idea for the action.
Okay,
so
then never mind.
I'll just have this be the battalions. I think I'm just gonna go with the idea that they're trying to rally people from the rest of the communities.
All right. I feel like 4 turns,
That sounds good.
or I mean 4 weeks.
Building up their forces. Okay. Building battalion forces. 0 out of 4. Okay. And then also I'll raise the other 2 out of 6 for that. And okay, so building places of worship has been completed.
So Zach, tell us what this looks like.
Yeah.
Can you remind me of how the contempt worked?
So if you think anyone amongst the community, out of like this entire group of people on any of these islands, if you think any of them would not like a thing that's happening, then you just say contempt.
I would think... Is this a contempt situation where...
Yeah, if you think...
I think that the churches are built, and of course they're places of worship, but there are people who are anti
Okay.
places of worship, and there's places that there's people that worship like the fish,
Yeah.
the fish life, all that. Like it's a little bit chaotic.
Okay.
Anyway,
So there's gonna be some contempt for the places of worship being built.
yeah.
And also, since these places have been finished, like, where do you think they are, and like, what do you think they're about, and all that?
I think most of the places of worship are about the strange light. I think some of the other places of worship are about other stuff.
Okay.
Such, you know, again, the fish, the sea life.
What
There's
was
some about nature. Sorry.
what was the deity called again? Like Alge?
Iglay.
Igle. Okay.
There's some that are about nature.
Nature. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I do think that there might be a few that aren't really about a deity, but just
Okay. Just like nature in general.
just worship. Yeah.
So this kind of fragmented since like the initial idea to build the churches started.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that.
Where
Yeah.
some people are like, where the initial idea was for this thing, but not everyone was on board with it.
Mhm.
Or like,
Yeah.
what is it? That's not what we're supposed to be worshiping.
Okay.
What if there's other things? Where there's nothing? What if
Yeah.
And it's kind of caused a little bit of chaos.
Okay.
That's
So many rifts in this freaking community.
Oh yeah.
they use a contempt, correct?
Yes. So I added
Okay.
a contempt for you.
So do you think these rifts are? So what I'm thinking about is like a lot of people probably associate the moon tower island with like the family whose name I forget, who's like one of the power
Kilova.
structures, Kilova. Do you think that this rift in the faith is kind of going along similar lines, where it's like people are like, no, we're not worshiping that because that's them, or is it like just kind of within each like all of the different communities are fractured, even the Kilova ones don't like it, or even some among the battalions like it or something?
The second, the latter.
Okay.
What was it? The second one?
So this isn't along the lines of the two power structures. This is just like there are people in every community who do and don't like the tower worship, and
Yeah.
it begins to fracture just kind of everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which doesn't necessarily mean that people are going to defect to the Kilovas. If anything, it probably is just going to mean that people are going to want to usurp control of that island from them.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
And it is...
I still have my action to do.
Oh, right, yeah, crap, sorry.
It's okay. I was thinking about what it should be.
Action?
No, it's my action.
Oh, sorry. No.
It's okay.
Isaac, you still have your turn next.
Yeah, your
this
turn
was just,
is-
Yeah.
This was just you because your project finished.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking through some of our past stuff. There's something I want. Oh yeah. Let's see. So I thought this would be kind of important. Like, what's the I have two ideas, and I want both of your thoughts, or all of your thoughts. My two ideas are either one, it's a project where basically it's not as much a project, but like the elderly start all actually like dying off on Cadron, or well, I forget his name, the kid who was hurt by Taro.
Teltas.
Eltas.
Teltas is like healed finally.
I mean, I would want to stay away from the second one because that's, I think, making it a little too individual. I think this is supposed to be a game that's broader than that.
Okay. How about Teltas is now healed at this point, and he decides to start building some like places of health,
Places of
I like
health,
that.
like healing.
like hospital places,
that
kind
makes
of,
sense.
but not really hospitals because they don't have the technology for full hospitals.
Okay.
And I think he is going to here, hang on. He is going to start building these specifically with the churches in mind. Like, they're going to be associated with the churches
Mm.
Okay.
because it's his mom who works for that family.
And how are the is it like magical healing? Is it faith healing? Is it like and
I
like
think-
faith healing in this setting, by the way, could still be actual healing. To be
I think
clear.
I was gonna say I think it's a little bit of both.
Okay.
Okay. Teltas.
Contempt.
Yes. Yes. Teltas begins building faith healing.
I won't lie, that totally interferes with the things I wanted to do with him as a character, but this is also really interesting.
I can change it.
Well,
No, no,
you
I'm
have
serious. I don't
all
want
the
to undermine
shit
your
right
turn. I was trying to set up a thing where he would be on like an opposite side of the conflict from his mother, but also this is really interesting and is
It
not
is.
making it
How
just
about
all
this, then?
conflict focused.
No,
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 Pepper,
no.
Pepper.
What?
Do
No.
not undermine your turn for my
I'm
sake.
not. I'm working off of what you're saying. What if his mom makes him do this?
Oh, so he doesn't really want to, and maybe
No.
he's chafing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that.
Okay. Teltas's. See, it's good. We can work together on these things.
Or like
Um.
specifically she orders him to do something for the church and this is how he interprets that action.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So Teltas's mom orders him to begin working for the churches, and he decides to start building, I guess, just medical centers. We're gonna put it as medical. I don't know. I feel like medical center sounds too modern.
Yeah,
I don't know
what
what-
you mean. The
Uh,
hospital also
healing,
does.
healing,
Doctors, like.
healing,
Hmm.
healing.
I guess just like sick wards.
What just healing houses? That sounds funny.
Yeah, houses of healing.
Yeah, houses of healing. Houses of healing. So Telsa's mom orders him to begin working for the churches, and he decides to start building houses of healing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Building houses of healing.
And how long do you think that is?
I think I also have to update these.
Oh, you're right.
I'm gonna say.
Oh wait, no. The battalion forces one was also your turn because it was from the card.
Right. I think I did already update these then.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So building houses of healing. 1 out to or 0 out of
3 or 4, I would think.
4.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Zach.
Zach.
That's
Jack
me.
of Diamonds.
Jack of Diamonds, Jack of Diamonds.
This is the Zach of
Predators.
Diamonds.
Predators about once a foot. You're careless and someone goes missing under ominous circumstances. Who or predators and omens are afoot? What measures do you take to keep everyone safe under surveillance? Do not reduce project dice this week.
That's an interesting one.
Yeah. So. So, remind me, like, the elderly are still alive, right?
Yeah, I think a lot of them have died, but there are some left. And then there's also some who
Yeah.
have like moved on with Taro and Bimas to start creating that relic ship.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, does someone want to mark where they are on that island now on Cadron?
Yeah. I can do that real quick.
I think like the north side of it was
Let's do that.
I think it'd be interesting that elderly just go missing under ominous circumstances.
Okay. So, like,
how
Pe-
would the project finish?
what do you mean, how would the project? Oh, well, it's not.
If
There are other
if it's just
people-
like 2 people building the boat. Oh yeah, I guess there are other people. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
There's other people, and also we could say, and now the project is not able to finish, or the project takes longer, or something.
Please
Yeah.
don't.
So, just like, let's just say it. Well, they probably had a bunch of them, so let's say like 2 of them go missing.
Yeah.
Or were you thinking all of them? Like, what were you thinking, Zach?
I was thinking. I was thinking all of them because it's like
Okay.
people go like, why? What's going on?
Are these the elders building the ship, or the ones that are over by the radioactive object?
By the way, yeah.
Oh, okay. So the ones that have been kind of like left.
So
Yeah.
they don't just die; they're just gone. People go back to like check on them, and they're
Yeah.
just not there.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's up there. You know,
Yeah.
I think that could set up for future something.
Yeah. The remaining elders by the radio. Oh, this could actually tie into how it was beeping or something too.
It could.
The
Yeah.
remaining elders by the radioactive device all go missing.
Although I guess, do we know that they, like, the way it was worded on the first turn was just like a thing washed up. It doesn't have to be something that they were aware of even. So like, would they have known that it was beeping? Like, would they have like been around it? I guess they would.
I mean,
have,
I
because
had
that's where all
the whole
radiation
thing was that they noticed that it was beeping.
That's okay. That's fair.
I don't know if they know it exactly that that's what's causing the radiation, but either way, the ones that were around that were being irradiated notice it's beeping and are now missing.
Okay, that makes sense.
I just think it could set up for something later
Yeah.
on.
I think that could be interesting. Right. By the beeping radioactive device, all go missing.
Gideon, what is it?
It was Gideon being a little.
He's
attention
yelling a lot.
starved.
Yeah, I think you need playtime.
Oh, Gideon.
Okay. Okay. So, no projects are done, so you can just do an action now, Zach.
Okay. There's discovery, there's projects, and what's the third one?
Discussion.
Yeah, discussion.
Which means that, like, basically how discussions work is members of the community come together and discuss events that are going on, and we are gonna, like, play the parts of the community that are doing that.
And this is supposed to be like the only way that we can really get a sense of like how all of the community is feeling.
Yeah.
I think discussion will be interesting.
Okay, what are we discussing?
So the way that discussion works is you open with either a statement or a question. If you open with a question, then everyone addresses it, and then you also get to address it at the end. If you open with a statement, everyone else responds with a statement, and you don't get to go again at the end.
Hmm. Hmm. Well, yeah, do you get projects? What's discovery? How's discovery work?
It's like you discover basically you can discover something in a location, you can discover an object, you can discover a creature, a problem, you can just some characters or people or community somewhere discovers something and you can decide whatever you want that something to be.
Okay, I think discovery,
Okay.
and I think what's being discovered now is I think I'm thinking like fossils of a bird being discovered,
Okay.
and no one knows what exactly it is, but they know it has wings.
Okay.
It's a type of bird.
So
Not,
do, Do you see like the bird creature at the bottom right of the screen?
Let me open the.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what our species looks like. That the community. So does it look kind of like us, or does it look more like traditional bird?
I think more like traditional bird, but it's giant.
Okay. Where is this discovered?
Not exactly pterodactyl. I'm thinking somewhere near
So to be clear, we're doing discover something new
Yeah.
for this.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're discovering something new. I'm actually thinking near the lighthouse.
Okay.
I'm sorry, this was a bird fossil?
Yeah, a massive
Yeah.
bird fossil.
Okay. Interesting.
Which is interesting.
Discover is unearthed. Is unearthed by the Moonlight Tower.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I like that.
me
Yeah.
too.
It would also be interesting is that it's not necessarily a fossil, but it's still a skin. You know,
It's
like-
so it's more. Is it more like a
Like a-
mummy or is it more recent?
It looks like it was more recently killed.
Okay,
Okay.
a massive bird corpse then.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I really like that.
Me too. That raises questions for me about things that might make sense for our next game.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that. Okay.
All right.
Back to
You
Joey's
ready?
turn.
Yep.
10 of diamonds.
10 of diamonds. You discover a cache of supplies or resources, add a new abundance, or a scarcity has gone addressed for too long. Start a project that will alleviate that scarcity. I don't think we have any scarcities right now except
I
for.
believe
Oh, we do.
freedom.
We do. Freedom.
Freedom and food diversity. So you can either cure the kilowatts of being awful, or you can make it so the prions aren't a problem anymore.
I feel like I could have like, as they're building the healing houses, they start to kind of figure out how to treat the prions with magic, but that feels like that's getting rid of a source of conflict too quickly. I don't know. I kind of like
Yeah,
that
I
being
agree.
still there.
Same.
If
I-
it comes to it, you could also just draw again, maybe.
Well, I could also add an abundance. That's the other possibility.
Okay.
But I could also have it's a little bit of a euphemism in a way, but like the battalions could start preparing to address the freedom scarcity via revolution.
I
Via
was
armed
thinking the same
conflict.
thing.
Which okay, let's keep that in the back of our minds. If I wasn't going to do that, what would be a good abundance to add?
Weaponry.
It seems like we're already getting that with
Yeah, that's kind
It's
of.
not explicit.
That's true. We could just make it more explicit
I
that
feel like
that's
that,
what they're doing.
I feel like that's kind of what the relic abundance is.
Well, there's also
That's
tools and stuff.
True.
Like the relics can be weapons, tools, communication devices,
Faith.
transportation stuff. It can be any of that sort of thing. Faith. That's a good point with what's
We
going
could have
on.
an abundance of faith.
Oh, I like that. I like that a lot.
What would they find that would cause an abundance of faith?
The bird fossil or the bird corpse, like, or I feel like this would work better.
I mean,
if it
you get
was
to
a
introduce
fossil,
something
but
to
I could. I
a new cache of supplies or resources.
I feel like kind of doubling down on like the moon, like the moon tower being like the thing that's holy. Like they find resources in the moon tower that seems almost supernaturally like suited to their needs, like not on an individual level but on a close to individual level, where it's like, wow, I lost a tool just like this last week, how is there one here? Like that level of thing. And it starts to make people feel like, no, this is divine providence, this is
So, how did you phrase that?
which are surprisingly suited to the community's needs.
I love this.
Yeah. Which gives an abundance of, or which makes people, which makes more people start to worship the tower. Oh, right, Iglay. Right.
Okay. All right.
Let's add an abundance of faith.
That's already.
Oh.
I just did that.
Right, my bad.
So, relic ship is now also at 4 out of 6. Battalion forces are at 2 out of 4. Houses of healing are at 2 out of 4.
All right.
And now for your action.
So, I had a thought, but I'm not sure it works, so I might need a second.
Okay.
I have a great idea for my next action.
I'm very curious to get to that.
I think things have started to boil over for long enough, and people decide they need to have a discussion about the rift in their community. Bless you.
Thank you.
So just as a reminder, I'm going to start, and then we'll go around and everyone will say a 1 to 2 sentence statement about their thoughts about my thing. Okay. So, we weren't always one big group, but we were when we came to these islands, and I miss that. And I don't know why we've become so divided. And we'll go in turn order, so next would be you, Judith.
All right. The Kilovas cannot be trusted. The battalion should take the Isle of Caves.
And Badams?
Community and union with ideas is going to be what keeps us together when things are so difficult.
And I know you're typing right now, but when you're ready, Pepper.
Who's to say this division won't lead us to something better?
And Zach?
Basically, what does someone in the community, or a group in this community, think about the fact that we are so much more divided now?
Yeah, I also basically, we were together and we weren't fighting each other. We weren't just fighting.
One sec. Well, remind me what the actually, I can just roll up and look. We wouldn't be divided if the battalions would stop dividing us.
Oh, I love that. That's so scummy. All right. You ready?
Yes,
I think it's my turn.
Yeah.
6 of diamonds. Outsiders arrive in the area. Why are they a threat? How are they vulnerable? Or outsiders arrive in the area. How many? How are they greeted? Okay. Oh, awesome. This lets me do what I want to do with my project this turn and the other thing I was considering doing.
Oh, awesome.
A small group of tall riders lands on the Iglay Island.
Judith, you're kind of evil.
And
Yeah.
the Kilovas
Which they landed what?
on Iglay Island, on the Moon Tower Island.
I've been calling
and
that
the
like Moonlight Island, if that's okay.
Yeah, we can call it whatever.
Okay.
And I think, although tell me if this is going to need to be a project later, but I think this falls under how are they greeted. And let's say there's like 10 of them. It doesn't necessarily go through, and I think the Kilovas are maybe covering this up, but the Kilovas go into talks to hire them as mercenaries. Because they don't have any military might.
Oh, that's... Oh, I hate this. Good job.
Yeah.
Thank you.
They're not great people.
Yeah, project clocks.
Okay. Let's see.
And while I'm at it, I'm going to use the fact that this is a turn specifically dealing with tall riders to maybe, unless people are opposed to it, canonize my idea of them, which is that they aren't the same species, they are plant people.
The
They aren't the same species as the... they aren't low
As they're not lopi. They're like plant people.
okay. So those are the people riding the creature
Yeah.
glides, or the crawling glides.
I like that.
Plant people.
Bad people.
Plant people. Okay, towards the plant people. I advanced the clocks. There's none of them have finished.
All right. And maybe this is stretching Teltus too thin, but I think that this is reasonable, even though the hospital's project isn't done yet. I think, and he's not necessarily leading this, but I think I'm going to have a project start for Teltus to start working with the Bertalians to start a revolution on the Isle of Caves.
Okay. Also, I just
To-
wanted to say contempt back towards the tall rider thing.
Yeah,
Good.
I know the communities wouldn't know about it really because
Yeah.
it's covered up, but like
I was gonna
some
say-
in the family would know about
I was
it.
gonna say
and
I
they'd
would
like it.
also take contempt, but I think one for the whole table makes sense because not everyone would know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I'm gonna start a project to have Teltus work together secretly with the Bertalians to basically foment an uprising on the Isle of Caves so that they can essentially bring it into their sphere of influence.
F-O.
What?
F-O-M-E-N-T.
Foment?
Foment.
Foment.
Remember
Means,
in
like, bring
Andor,
about.
Pockets of fomenting?
Right. Foment.
We've just been rewatching Andor.
Okay.
Ah.
Teltas works secretly with battalions to foment, not ferment. Foment. Continue. Sorry. Say that again.
To foment like a rebellion on the Isle of Caves to bring it into the Bertalian sphere of influence, basically. And I think it's reasonable for that to take a while. Maybe like 5 turns.
Okay. The rebellion itself will take 5 turns.
Yeah.
Okay.
Building up to the rebellion actually happening. I don't think we should... Actually, yeah, no,
Yeah.
building up to the rebellion succeeding.
Okay. Sorry. So is this building up to the rebellion or to the rebellion itself?
I
At
think
the end of the 5 weeks being done.
I think this should probably be 2 separate projects. I would say one to start the rebellion and one for it to succeed.
We've already
no,
got
I
a
guess not.
project that's building up forces, so...
You're right.
That's true.
You're
I
right.
think it's fine to have them dovetail.
Yeah, you know, I was thinking in terms of like how this would work in a different system. I think you're right that it should just be the rebellion succeeds.
Yeah. And also, I'm trying to keep the sides a little bit balanced since I have effectively given the oh my god, I keep forgetting their names, the Kilovas, their own mini army. Like, I want to be conscious of that.
Okay. So that's all good there.
I was thinking maybe we could just do one more turn because it's getting kind of late.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good to
Like
me.
like one more around, you mean, or one?
No, just one more card because like
Got you.
we've been playing for like 2 hours,
Yes.
Does that work for everyone?
Yeah.
Okay.
and I need to shower before I go to bed.
Okay.
Fair.
So we'll have Bottoms go and then we'll end it for the night.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna write down my ideas so I don't forget.
Good
We
idea.
can
idea.
actually we could go through both. Like
Do you want to just like
Bottoms-
finish this
oh,
round like
oh.
Bottoms and then me and
oh wait,
Zach?
yeah, because yeah,
It would be 3.
That would be-
yeah,
maybe we
no,
should just do
that would be a
Bottoms
lot.
and-
So I think just Bottoms.
Okay.
Yeah, so Zach, write down your idea, definitely.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Mm.
The King of Diamonds.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Wow.
So we
That
got
ends
through
summer.
summer. Summer is fleeting. Discard the top 2 cards off the top of the deck and take 2 actions this week.
So I guess it doesn't end the season.
Oh no, I guess it doesn't. Shit.
So instead of having one specific thing, you can take 2 actions.
Yeah.
All right, and
Okay.
just for the sake of knowing for next time what cards will be in the pile, the 2 cards off the top of the deck are the 2 and the 7 of diamonds.
So yeah, can you just write that down just so we know to remove those next time?
Okay. 2 and 7 of diamonds removed. Okay.
The 7 was a good card. I'm a little upset we
Can I
didn't get
see?
it.
The 7 was introduce mystery at the edge of the map, or an unattended situation becomes problematic and scary. What is it? How does it go?
The
That
2 is
was
also a good one.
Those are good.
2 was someone new arrives. Who? Why are they in distress? Or someone leaves the community. Who? What are they looking for?
Dang it. Those are good.
Those are good. Oh well.
Projects this turn. Just since
yeah,
Bottoms, you're taking 2 actions, I think we should take the projects first.
Okay.
Yes, I agree.
So building.
Oh, that's 3 projects that finished this turn.
Building a relic ship is done. Building battalion forces is done. Building houses of healing is done.
All right, let's start with building the relic ship. I think that was you, Judith.
Yeah, is it reasonable for me to also include in this, like, where they sail to?
Yeah.
Sure.
Because, like, otherwise they're still going to be stranded there indefinitely until my next turn, and that's going to be a while, and, like...
Yeah.
I think
that's valid.
I think they are going to sail up to Bertal to unite with the battalions.
That makes sense.
So Taro, Bemas, and others sail up to unite with battalions.
Notably, they are not going where there is a lot of medical treatment, which they might need for the people who have radiation poisoning.
Well, we assume that these ones that went with them don't have the radiation poisoning.
Oh, I thought that was just... I thought it
No,
was
they
including people
probably
who
still
weren't.
have some radiation poisoning.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're just not necessarily dead. But also, didn't we say that the churches are everywhere? They're not just...
Oh, that's true, but I was thinking Bertal like would be different, but I'm not sure if that might have just been me making that up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
could
don't.
sail them to the Isle of Caves, but I think it's more interesting to send them to Bertal.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's that one, and then there was building of battalion forces. So I will say that not much happens. Like, it's just they amass a hefty army. A hefty army of Lopai join the battalions. They're really getting powerful.
They are.
Can I retcon
does
something
Taro-
real quick?
What would that be?
How many Tall Riders showed up on the
Sure.
Moonlight Island? I'm gonna retcon it to 30 instead of 10.
That makes
That's good.
sense.
Okay.
Does Taro have a place in this army, like this power structure, or is he just kind of
Not
still-
necessarily yet. He's just shown up. That's all that's happening this... Oh, right, you're asking Pepper. Sorry.
Oh, in the hefty army, you mean?
Yeah.
I think yes.
Okay.
I think like the battalions were people that were these people that were more sided with him when he did his thing, or
They were.
Then yeah, I think they would be happy to see him.
What about Bemas? How do people feel about seeing Bemas come back? And this could be for either of you. 'cause-
That I think I'll just say contempt and then just leave it at that.
Yeah, that's fair. In fact, I'm also going to take contempt.
Because of the army itself.
No, because of Bemas.
Okay.
Do you want to say
Although I
contempt
guess-
about the army?
I guess, yeah,
Judith?
that makes sense that there would be contempt about the army. Yeah.
Yeah, like, I don't think we should have 2 contempts over the same thing, so...
Well, no, you can.
Like
you
one-
totally can and do
Okay,
contempt about,
sorry.
about the same thing. Yeah.
I just put down one for me and Jody for that, and one for you, Judith, for the army. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. And then the other project was the healing houses, right?
Yes.
Okay. Healing houses are constructed across the islands of Notasia.
Natoja.
I keep doing that. Notasia. And I
You can change the name to Notasia if you want.
No, I it's just because I keep thinking of something else. We're playing our own like mech series, and there's like Novatia,
Oh, right.
and I keep
Oh.
mixing it with that. So,
All right.
so Helix are constructed across the ends of Notosia, but I do think that they would. I don't know if I can do this as part of this, but I think that like they would not put them on the island of Bertel,
That's completely reasonable.
and I think this would be them kind of like realizing a lot more heavily the trouble that they're in, like the Kilovas. And they avoid putting any healing houses on Berto, and also discover the great forces that the Bertalians have amassed.
Right. So you get 2 actions this turn, Badams.
So true.
So true.
I guess one idea. Let me read the rules wording again. But like discover.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, discover something new. It might be cool if this like topmost island, the second, let me get my little doodler.
The doodler.
This island here, if there was some
I'm
kind
sorry,
of like,
which one?
I circled
Oh, I
it like
see.
the very, very top in gray.
Okay, yeah.
Loosely. If there was like some sort of forest in there that's like very dense and very dark to the point where people think that it's, or not people think, but it is like nighttime when you enter the forest. So it's similar to the daytime island.
Interesting.
And there's a lot of like broken technology that could lead to people discovering how the timing works on the other island as well.
Oh. So it's like, so it has clues about how the moon tower works, essentially.
Right, but it's very treacherous.
That's interesting.
Filled with, listen, this technology is this relics?
Like broken relics. Or we meant like relics, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I wrote, an island of thick forest is discovered on a topmost island, always night there and filled with broken relics and danger. What is this island called?
Names are hard. Pepper.
Badham's
Why would you
Island.
ask?
It's Badman's Island.
Let me know if you would like a name.
Yeah, Gotham. I can take a name.
Borless. Borlys.
B-O-R... Was B-O-R...
Borlys.
How do I ask? Sorry, I have to catch up
you're all
with
good.
typing until
Yeah.
I get to the point where I can write the name, and then by that point, I have to, like, ask again.
You're all good.
Okay, it's named Borless. Okay, so that's first action.
And the second is simpler, and for the sake of like something good happening, I'll do start a project for like hardy fishing lines or nets that we could use as an additional food source that isn't reliant on a specific community or location.
Smart. That lets people potentially sit out the conflict as well.
But it's also a little bit of too little too late because the power structures have already been built. Like, oh, that's interesting.
Can we make a fishing abundance because of that?
Yes, once the project is finished, I would say.
Okay, so I think that one wouldn't take too long. Just like 2 weeks or something.
2 or 3, what do you guys think?
I like 2.
I like
Okay.
2 as well. These are fishing villagers initially. Like they
That's true.
probably are good at this already.
That's fair.
Okay.
All right, that's a good place to leave off. The battle lines are being drawn.
Yeah.
But there's still hope for neutral third parties if they want.
I am quite excited. I'm enjoying this a lot.
Me too.
Me too.
We have any thoughts about this week before we end it?
Well, first, Zach, this was new to you this week. How'd you feel about it?
Zach, are you there? Did you accidentally mute yourself again? Having some Zach issues. Badams, what are your thoughts?
There's cool stuff. There's definitely a lot going on.
Yeah.
There is, yeah. And I'm just gonna say now, autumn is where shit starts to get real. So we haven't even gotten to like, just wait.
We have
We have 3 cards left in summer because of the 2 we pulled off the deck.
that, and also
Yes.
like, if things are getting real in autumn, we just built armies.
Yeah,
Like,
I know.
Very curious how that's gonna go.
Let me give you some samples.
No, I think it should be a surprise.
Okay.
Yeah, I want it to be a surprise. Plus, it
I'm
lets
just
me.
gonna read one.
Okay.
You find a
Fine.
body. Do people recognize who it is? What happened?
Ooh.
A lot of shit like that.
Ooh. Look forward to next
Oh.
week, everybody, I guess.
A
Yeah.
lot of stuff about removing abundances or projects failing. Like it's.
Exciting. All right. Well, thank you very much for watching. We had some very interesting developments here today. We'll go over them again next week at the start of the stream. And this has been a lot of summer gone through today. And I'm certain we'll get to autumn next week with the next stream, which I look forward to very much.
We could
How-
even get to winter, and winter has potential to be extremely short. So it's.
Yeah.
I don't think it's likely, but we could finish next stream.
Zach
I
died from
have some
Zach
ideas
issues,
for
though.
how to set up winter.
But yeah, that summer, where will the Lopi be by the end of the season? This year has already come to be quite a big year for everybody
Yeah,
involved.
this is not feeling like a quiet year. I
no,
don't know.
it's feeling like a pretty loud year, and I think that makes things very interesting. So thank you very much for watching. You're all wonderful, beautiful people, and I love you so much. If you'd like to support the channel, please consider becoming a member. If you do get special benefits like emotes, badges, shoutouts, the possibility of joining me in streams and in Minecraft. Currently, my tier 2 treat is Pi. Thank you so much, Pi, for being a supporter. You're amazing. If you want to support in other ways, you can also donate through Streamlabs or Super Chats. They help me go and continue and move forward. Besides that, you can check out my Discord or Blue Sky in the description below, where I post updates and hang out with people. See you in another one, everybody. Thanks so much for being here. Oh, goodbye, bye-bye. Goodbye, bye-bye. Goodbye. Oh, Badams. Badams.
Aw.
I'm behind your head, just like in Danganronpa. I leaned over into your
No,
portrait.
not Badams' brains.
I'm taking it out like soup with a straw. Okay, bye.